or I wanted to know, do you think that guys need to leave the country now if they do really want a serious relationship? Like, if you want to be able to actually have a wife and a children one day, do you think it's a like you have to do it? Do you think there's no other route other than that today because of how bad it is?
Statistically, it's the best option. Is
Okay.
the best way to describe it. I'm not. Um, it's just like opening up a business. The statistics show you that you would fail,
Mhm.
but you can win.
Mhm.
That's what it's like in the states. The probability is high
Mm.
that you'll lose, but if you go overseas, I can almost guarantee you're gonna have a way better experience, and especially if you want something long term.
Okay.
There's so many different cultures you could pick from.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring up that extreme culture, but if you want to, like the Philippines is somewhere where they're a lot more conservative than the United States.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, so you just get treated better. So, like, the thing is, though, that I really believe that we don't need to leave the country, though. I truly believe that there's a giant sourcing issue going on right now. So, like, men who are trying to date within the states, like, they could do it, but the reason why they can't is because they're not sourcing women correctly. They're using social media, they're using dating apps, they're using all these things, and anytime like you end up meeting a girl and you think that she's the one or something like that, you're meeting her through an avenue that's already a tainted avenue. Any woman that's using those things usually has already been, they're not the type that you want to marry or the type that you usually want to make into your girlfriend. So I just feel like a lot of these guys that are choosing to want to leave the country, it's because they're experiencing really shitty women from the club, really shitty women from Tinder and stuff like that. Whereas, like, if they had better sources, we wouldn't be having to leave the country. It's more because even if you leave the country, those women are still going to shit test you. Like, they're still going to do things to try to piss you off, because that's just what women inherently do. We've been doing it for 10,000 years. Women as cave women were still doing shit tests. Shit tests aren't some brand new thing. It's something that's been going on for thousands of years to make sure the woman has the best man that is for her. So I just truly believe that if you're leaving the country, you're just running away to another woman that's going to treat you the same as a woman here, except she won't speak your language, so it might be a little bit easier.
this is definitely about to be a debate.
Yeah.
I disagree with about 90% of what you just said.
Okay.
Starting with the shit test, I'm gonna say I have never been shit tested overseas.
Okay.
The shit tests that you go through here make you want to not even fuck with them at all.
Hey, there's a cell phone next to the mic somewhere. Can somebody remove them? Yeah, but yeah, you can go ahead again. What did you say?
Um, like for example, a shit test is. I think that might be my phone in my pocket.
It might be. Yeah. Here, Scotty, could you take this from him really quick? It might be if you're like getting a message or email. That's what happens.
So a shit test like that's very common in the United States, especially amongst women of my race, is they'll try to test you.
Hmm.
They'll try to get aggressive with you to see if you're gonna put them in their place. And I would say in Brazil and Colombia, I have not ran into that one. They don't. I think real, very feminine, really feminine. Let me just say, authentically feminine women don't need to test somebody to figure out if they're masculine. They know that right off the jump because they've been trained to see what a masculine man looks like.
Hmm.
In the United States, I can't ever agree that women have been taught that.
Yeah.
So that's why they feel the need to test you
Hmm.
in that way, and that on that type of shit test.
Yeah.
We can go down a list of shit tests, and I can see if I've experienced them in Brazil. But yeah,
Hey, somebody's phone is still doing that. I don't know whose it is, but y'all need to go over in the other room, Scotty, if that might be yours or something. Uh, but so like my thing is whenever it comes to, like, I agree with you, but I think if you spent a lot of time with those women there, they're gonna end up, because hypergamy kicks in no matter who the woman is. I think hypergamy is something that goes across all cultures. So even if you're with these women, I think after 6 months to a year, it's gonna end up happening. There's going to end up being some type of, there's going to be something that's going to happen sooner or later, and she's going to want to shit test you. And that's all I'm saying is, like, you're always going to deal with them no matter what. I do kind of agree that probably if a woman is born here, she's definitely going to experience it more. But yeah, I really don't think it's nearly as bad as, like, as you're making it out to be. Like, I don't think it's nearly as different as you're making it out to be. I think once you spend 6 months there and you're settling down with a girl and you're spending a lot of time with her, I think you're gonna get shit tested just as much as you would here. If not, maybe a little bit less. But the language barrier, is it really gonna make it better? Is it really gonna make it easier?
it is that bad.
It is.
It is that bad. I mean, I'll check back with you, and I leave. next week. 6 months from that, that would be
Hey, Scotty, come here really quick.
April.
Go stay in this room
Mhm.
and go put those headset on. Okay. And you can hear. No, grab the phone too.
April.
No, I want all the phones in there, and I want you to put the headset on so you can hear what I'm hearing.
I got you. But these are all off. They're off.
But I'm just saying, put them all over there into like the other room if you can.
Sure.
Put my phone too, the one that's over here on top of the refrigerator. Yeah.
April will be 6 months, so I'll be doing a weekly, update on what it's like for me to leave the United States without a return ticket to come back. Yes, there will be hypergamy everywhere, right? But the shit test thing, I'm still solid that I have not experienced that. I don't know, because coming from the United States, you experience the worst of all that. And you could have a long distance relationship with a chick, and I'm saying this from experience. Shit test you, and y'all been talking over FaceTime for a month and a half, and she shit testing you to the point where you want to cut her off. I've had chicks I've talked to in Brazil for 3 months, never experienced nothing like that. And maybe they did, but they just have it's more of just a natural disagreement you might have versus the American women. You can pretty much tell they're doing that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or it may be subconscious, but it doesn't seem like it.
No, I think it's all women subconsciously are going to do it because they have to test, hypergamy. Like they're always going to test their guy to see if they have the best one. Yeah, sorry everybody if you are hearing the buzz. We really can't figure out what to do. The last thing you could possibly do is grab the iPad over there. Maybe is it my iPad? I don't know. I'm gonna put my iPad further away to see if maybe that's what's doing it.
Now I do tell dudes on my YouTube channel that you should never be blue pill overseas. You should be red, purple pill. Have some sort of knowledge about female nature. Don't go over there being a damn fool thinking just because I'm pedestalizing these women saying they're so much better that you can go over there and just trust them. You can't trust anybody, but you can trust them a hell of a lot more than you can trust the average woman here. Of course, it's not 100% all the women here, but the average here to the average there, not even comparable.
Yeah, I get I get what you're saying completely because it is a whole different world over there. But I just truly believe that whenever you start getting into knowing them, getting into truly seeing what kind of people they are, you're gonna find that you traveled, halfway across the world just to experience the same thing in a different language.
Well, let me give you an example. I used this one recently, and I like this one. So let's say you were a Muslim in the United States in 2002, 1 year after 9/11. Your dating experience is not going to be shit over here. You're going to be discriminated on a daily basis more than likely. If I sent you back to a Muslim country in the Middle East, you can't say that once you get settled in that culture, you won't have a better experience because you're not going to get discriminated the same way there as you would here.
Yeah.
Because your personality fits better in that culture than this one. And I think that's what it is with me. People call us insoles or no game or lame. Well, I just take my lame ass to another country because apparently over there I'm not lame.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's also, like the income difference is so different here to any of those other places. You're actually looked at as a provider, as a high value man when you come from America because the income discrepancy is such a big deal.